And we're back. And a big old piece of steak. In a little tiny little hole. And then this is the type of thing right here that's meant for YouTube. If I wanted to drop the boulder in the water, I would think there might be something down here, but I mean, I put a pure boulder down there. I probably spooked anything. Man, it's a heck of a hole too. Let me see this. Hold on, I don't think you can see it right now the way I'm sitting. It's nice, man. Might not be able to see it in any circumstances. But I mean, I dropped the boulder in there. I apologize to the people who put this riprap down here. I mean, I sure didn't mean to. It was just a loose piece. I mean, that's all there is to it. The piece was just loose. Kind of loose still, as you can see. You might be able to hear this. I think I caught something here one time before. A little brown. But it's a hold it, you know, it could hold a big fish. I mean, most definitely keep a fish. There's something in there. Let me come off. Let me come off. Got me hung up in that bush over there. Wow. He wasn't big, but he was big enough to keep. Couldn't tell what it was. I think it was a brook trout. I tell you, it did. It just feels fishy here in this little hole today. I don't know about the rest of the water I'm gonna engage with, but okay. As soon as I saw that hole, you know, I used to come here and come out of the creek. And I was on one of these maybe 3 weeks ago. A spot that was like almost exactly like that. Different creek. And there just wasn't nothing in it, man. Which kind of surprised me that day, honestly. This one here even looks even fishier. And I think it's, I heard there was a good rain here yesterday. I heard there was a flood warning, flash flood warning. So, you get something like that, it makes it really nice for a hole like this for two reasons. One thing, the water's up a little bit more than normal. Two, that rain could have very well washed something into this hole that might not have been sitting there before from way upstream somewhere. I don't want to say landlocked, but a fish could have been way upstream somewhere in a situation where it kind of probably couldn't even get out. Technically, maybe. That happens a lot of times if you don't rehook your worm after you get a bite. It looked like I had that bite, and it looked like that worm was, I guess I didn't really hold it or whatever, but it looked like that worm was just perfectly good to go. I love that right there, man. I don't know if you can see my lines caught up in the spider web. That's just perfect, man. Keep it in the strike zone. 'Cause that's right where that fish was. Just keeping my bait right there where I want it. until I pull it off, and then it's gonna be over because I won't be able to get back in that same web again because I'll be broke the web off like I did just now. Yeah, I spooked that fish for sure. I mean, I hooked him. If anything, there's got to be a wild fish. Don't have to be, but it's just more likely. I think I just saw something go after it in that. Yeah. Yeah. There he is. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. See? And that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. I saw him, but he was sitting in that culvert over to the right. And I had cast it right by him a couple of times. And I don't think that's the same fish that I had that first time. But this one's a little bigger. The other one was sitting right out here. But this fish here is even bigger. Out of that culvert. That's why I cast it in there, yeah. And that's what I said. That fish might have just moved there yesterday in that rain. That happened. I think well, his belly is full. Let's see. I bet you he's got crawdads. I bet you this fish is steaking shrimp. Let's see. There's a worm. That's not my worm. I can use that one for bait. I'm gonna use that for bait in a minute. I'm gonna put that back on for bait. But that worm right there is gonna have a glorious something kind of fuzzy, almost like a mouse. I think it's just, what in the world? I think he's eating a mouse. I mean, it's like a bunch of hair. I think he ate a mouse. I don't know if you can see this. It's hair, man. I think he found him a field mouse. If not, whatever that is, well, he ate a wad of it. I don't know what that is. It's like hair. Well, he ate a worm this morning. Anyway, he ate 2 worms. He tried to eat another one. Didn't have the crawdad in him. I thought he was going to have a crawdad in him. What's wrong about that? Alright, that's for now. The worm that I had is still good. I cast him right back in there because see, there was a different fish. That's not the same fish, man. That I had on the first time. Now, of course, I spooked that fish. I mean, of course. I'm not insinuating that he would bite again. I'm just saying. There might be something else in there. But I'm going to get that worm also that I got out of that fish, and I'm going to use it. Yeah, I saw that fish. I don't know if the camera would have picked it up, but he was sitting up in that culvert right there. I saw him sitting to the right, and I saw him flash over to get that worm. And it's funny because I had cast it right by him at least one real good time. right where he was sitting. I mean, I cast it up in the cover, I think at least 2 more times besides that. There's something else. Yeah, that might be that first fish I had. What is that? That's a chubby one. Look at that. Chubby dubby. Now, my worm's not looking good, but I've tipped my worm that I caught that chub off just now with the worm that I got out of the fish, which is this gray looking worm right here. This one closest to the camera now. So I got 2 pieces of worm on there. I'll be honest, it really doesn't look the best. I hooked them kind of in the same place, so they're kind of just sitting right beside each other, you know. I should have hooked it a little different so they. Oh, I lost that worm already. Wow. I lost the local worm already. I got one more small piece of it there. And I'll just barely hook it. Just like that, so it's just hanging off it. That's not really a good piece. It's almost like I'm fishing with. It's really not like fishing with live bait now. It's just like fishing with a piece of meat or something. Yeah, if you look, just like clockwork, man, that water's coming more to the left of that culvert. And if you look, well, there's a pocket on both sides as soon as it comes out. A deep pocket. But inside the culvert itself, there's a pocket over on the right. And that's where that fish was that I caught the first one. And I'm not going to venture up in there. You know, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I might have to. Just now I got hung up in there. I have to do something. It's deep right here, man, this little hole. This little beside the road little hole right here, man. This might be over my boot. Right here where these fish were at. I have to walk it careful. They've got my boots leaking and nothing else. Oh yeah, that's a good hiding spot over there. On that right side. For sure. They can even get up underneath that curve. Outside of it. Well, I'm already playing on this. This is a small crevice. Well, I got a worm behind it. Really got to bend over the fish this. Yeah, I'm content just looking at that. That's a pretty little hole up there, but I don't feel like messing with it. I think there might be something up there. But I think it might, if it is, it's probably a small one. This is easily the more predominant spot for a keeper fish. There's a lot of briars right there. I should have brought my clippers. It's the time of year for it. Put a little pair of hand prunes in the vest. Oh my goodness, these briars got caught up all in my shirt. They got caught up in my hat. Boots are leaking. All right. Back at it. I'm approaching the mouth of the side creek. And I noticed, man, water really seems to be rushing today. I guess they did get a good rain here yesterday. There was a creek up the road from here that was, oh man, they really did get some rain. This creek is up. Yes, sir. Wow, this is kind of incredible, man. It's swift. Man, this might hold over until tomorrow. Do some good fishing again tomorrow. Man, they must have got a rain here. I couldn't tell. Just driving by, there was a creek. Man, this water is up. My goodness. This is a restock situation. It'll be interesting to know how many fish come up through that little pipe that I was just fishing at. A dozen fish could have come through there this morning or yesterday or whatever. Who knows? Two could have, you know? None could have. That one could have just come through there or something and just hung out. There's the deer. Walk right up on him. There's deer living here. They took off a pretty good size too, man. Saw them in here the other day. I don't think the camera caught that. All I could see was the top of them. I'm about ready to put a better worm on here now. Or something. Little rainbow, I can tell. I could even tell if it's a chub. I've gotten to where I can almost tell what kind of trout it is. That was a pretty big deer, man. Boat. It's laying right over there. I guess I kind of cheated because I know that, I mean, it's weird, but for some odd reason, I usually catch a rainbow out of this hole. So, we'll see. Don't look like I'm gonna get, I don't think it's big enough to keep in any event, honestly. I'm shocked how this water's in there. Yeah, I was standing right here the other day, and that thing moved or something. And it scared me, man. That deer. It made a noise, snorting noise or something. I was just right on the other side of these bushes. And it was walking right here where I'm standing right now. I'll show you where I was at. Here in just a second. And I was standing right here. So you can see, you can notice, look, this bush was kind of blocking me a little bit. I was fixing my line. I pulled over to the edge right here. In fact, I was standing over here. And yeah, I heard it go by and go. Worm's too big and it stretches. I don't usually fish downstream like this. Especially, I just fished him the other day. So, and it's like a double whammo. But just because this water's up like this, I don't know exactly what happened. You have to imagine there's bound to be some different fish in here. Then we're here the other day. And with all of this water, something had to have washed into some of these holes. And there's a really good hole right down here. Really good one. As I'm getting seepage in my boots, around the knee area, there's leakers. Tell you the truth, man. I've said this. Funny how it goes. This water's too high, man. This water is actually too high to fish. Come back here, you pretty thing. Look at that pretty fish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at that healthy rainbow. That right there. If people's on Facebook a lot, maybe one day I'll show this. It could be years from now or whatever. A lot of people ask, is this a wild fish? Is this wild? Is this a stocker or a wild? Let me show you. Let me show you. I'll show you what a wild rainbow looks like. Right here. That's a wild rainbow. Look at the red on that. Look at the red on his cheek. Look at the fins. Look how that back fin is pronounced. Look how wide it comes out and how it's kind of fork shaped instead of flat at all. Okay? Look at that cheek. Look at his head. Look how healthy that fish looks. And I've seen a lot of rainbows that are kind of blunt-headed or something lately. Look how he's lean up here. He's not been. That fish has got a little age on him. I want to say I don't think he's been thriving, but he's been living good, and that's a wild rainbow. I'm basically double backing every time I do. Last time I fished, I do that a lot. Casting the run right now, just gonna walk it down. I like that cast. Water's so high, you want to target the spots that's slow moving. Well, I say this isn't what I planned at all. I strategically got in there where I did today because right about where that little side creek comes out is about where, I mean, I'll end up walking past that, but that's basically where I quit fishing the last time. I walked past that just because my car was parked, you know, further up, but right above that side creek is where I caught my 7th fish. So, you know, I walked past some water I really kind of wanted to fish. So that's why, like I say, simply, that's simply why I got in where I did. And I figured, well, I'll be right back, you know, kind of where I left off at. When I got down to the mouth of that creek and saw how fast this water is going, I know these holes in here so good, and I know where I parked at. I know there's some good holes there, but I know when you go past that, it really isn't that good. There's some holes, but it's not nearly as fish conducive as this section. So that's why I'm here. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and walk on back down to this big hole down here where I caught the big one last week, honestly, because that's the hole, man. Sometimes when it rains like this, I don't think I've ever caught my limit out of there, but I'm sure some people have. I can see a bunch of fish dumping off into that spot. Here's bad spot. I caught a few fish over here last week. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There's a few right here. This is where it's a little dicey walking. Might as well film it here. It was kind of fishy over there. I kind of caught one there last week. I know I did. I broke it down. if this ain't done to do something like this. Hat trick. Pretty little rainbow right here. There's somebody down at that big hole. So I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't go down there. What I assume, this what I assume right here is that I could be totally off. A fish like that little rainbow I just caught, I think that's the type of fish that might have washed down here in this storm from that creek that I was, where I got in. And of course, you know, I could be totally off and the fish could have been born here or whatever. But when they get in here and they just grow, you know. You see the water came all the way up rushing over this. Until you get wet. Ooh, there's a few left there. Another 12-footer. That's the guy that was fishing down there. He ran me out of it from the day. I didn't stay that long because I don't think, I really wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see him when I came by. He might have been there 30 minutes, maybe.